Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you're doing well today. So in this video, we're going to be doing a couple of different things. First things first, we're going to be talking about basically gambling using the Artifact Foundry. Is it worth it? Things like that. And then we're going to be talking about like another episode of like how to make money in Albion, of which I'm going to be talking about artifact flipping. So they're kind of related, so I'm going to do them in the same video. First things first, you see I've got 2 mil here. I've sold a couple of things off today just to give myself a little bit of bank. I'm going to get a load of runes, a load of souls, and we're just going to go nuts with a couple of gambles and see what we get. So my plan is I'm going to do like a T4 soul roll, a T5, a T6, and then we'll see what we've got after that. So 26, need another 10. So as you can see, you can start seeing my money go down slowly. This is pure laziness. Always buy the cheapest ones. I'm just completely lazy right now. So that's 36 to 72. So I get 2 rolls of runes, 1 roll of souls, and I'm going to plan to do that for all of them. Moving into T5 then. So the idea is the runes, I'm kind of wanting things like Druid Cowls, Bloodletters, Carrying Callers, basically the expensive artifacts. A lot harder to get the runes ones just because of how, I mean, honestly, how rare they are. Like, it's not rare, it's the fact that there's so many different options in that category that, like, you could get Bedrock Maces every time or Graveguard Helmets every time, and honestly, they're just not going to sell for anything, so it's a bit of a difficult one. How many more do I need? I'm pretty sure I just bought way too many. There you go, 36 exactly. Runes. Let's see if there's just another 36 stack here. There we go. So as you can see, this is really cheap for the runes. We're going to start rolling them in a second and just see sort of how much money we actually make off that. We're going to start rolling souls as well. So we've got 8 there, 9, 10, 11. Obviously, it's a little bit laggy right now. The game is driving me as insane as you guys. Honestly, I promise you that completely. I'm getting as frustrated with it as everybody else into how laggy the game is right now. I haven't been able to Hellgate properly for a couple of days. The last time I went to Hellgate, we stood there and just like AFK screen froze until the fight was over and we died. Like, I understand your feelings and the drama and the pain that people are going through. They've put money into a game and ultimately they're not able to play it right now. So I do understand. I've actually been having a lot of people comment on it. I completely sympathise with you. Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do at this point other than sit, wait and hope that it resolves itself. So again, 72 runes on each and 1 soul roll on each, and that's 500k I've spent so far. I'm going to move into T6. The T6 ones, I'm actually going to see if we can get 2 lots of soul runes, so 316k for the soul art, for the 36 souls. I'm actually tempted. We'll do 1 rune. I don't really want to do 2 runes unless it's like super cheap. Wow, they're really cheap. Okay, that's 18. Okay, so I've spent what, 900k? Yeah, I've spent like 900k so far. So ultimately this is 1 good soul roll away from just making my money completely. At this point you have to start being smart about where you make your money. You can sell, if you get a bad hell artifact, you can potentially sell it to things like the black market auction house and make bank off that way, or just, you've got to be smart about it. So like I got a whaling bow the other day, and the whaling bow I sold to someone doing the Carlion City fight about 2 hours before the fight, where they just needed one. So first roll of the T4 runes, I got a Bedrock Mace, completely worthless. Literally I could sell that for like, what, like 4k. It's not even going to cover the cost of some of the runes. And secondly I get a Stalker Shoes, so completely not worth in that regard. Doing the soul now. At T4, we want Wailing Bows, we want Zerg v Zerg weapons, because people are willing to just throw them away. So we want Spirit Hunters, Wailing Bows, Brimstones, that sort of thing. We actually get a Fiend Robe. Fiend Robe's not a bad one. It does sell quite well because people like the look of it. It sounds really weird, but people do like the look of it, so that's something that I can probably make a little bit of money on. I'll work out roughly how much money I can make off this after we finish the rolling. But getting these artifacts, so you get these artifacts in things like Hell Gates, you get them off bosses in open world, and ultimately, so we made bank. That's over 100k right there in just the artifact. If I make that a 5.2, that's easily over 200k I've just made on that artifact right there. And that's for 36 T5 runes, which is what, like 35k. So I've just made huge bank on that. That's what, like 4 times or 5 times the amount of money just on that one. So the money I lost in the T4, I've just more than made up for it in the T5. But yeah, so you get these artifacts doing things like Hellgate, stuff like that. Stalker Hood, just saying, Stalker Hood, another one that people are starting to use quite a lot. I could probably make some bank on that one as well. So definitely good rolls for the C5 stuff. Happy days. Gonna roll the soul here. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, you get these artifacts running Hellgates, you get the souls and runes. I would always keep the souls and runes. You can upgrade gear. Another Fiend Robe. The T6 ones, I had a T6 one the other day, it sold really, really well because people use it in place of the Druid Robe, gives us slightly better stats, as well as giving more item power as a base because it's obviously a Hell artifact. That sold for, I bought the souls for 360k, sold the crafted item for over $1 mil. Crafted it with focus, which meant I got the 8 of the resources back because I crafted it in Black Zone. So I made some money on that one. T4 I can probably make some money on. T5, not really sure. We'll have to have a look at that one in a second. But we're going to do the T6 souls. So what you need to look at is something like the Stalker Boots, the Bedrock Mace. I'll probably go to the auction house, check how much they sell for. And so we got another terrible one. So far we've got these ones which are okay. And then we've got these ones which are really bad. But yeah, I'll probably go to the auction house, see how much these sell for. If they don't sell for very much, I'll deconstruct them, chuck them back in my room pile, and come back. And I tend to gamble sort of 10 at a time. Hoarfrost Staff. Hoarfrost Staff, not the best in the world, but ultimately people still use it for Zerg v Zerg. There's a lot of city fights going on right now, especially Carleon. Hoarfrost Staffs are going to sell for money. So again, I can probably get that crafted to something decent. If not, I can probably just use it. And we made bank! So Hellion Hood. Hellion Hoods, for anyone that's been keeping track of the GVGs, huge money to be made on Hellion Hoods right now. In fact, if I just go and have a look, so it cost me 1.9, sorry, it cost me 1.9, it cost me 900k roughly to buy all the runes and souls that we just used. And let's go and see how much money we just flipped that into, potentially. Another thing to note is you could just buy the artifacts. If artifacts are cheap, so come on, auction house. So we look at Icicle. So 210k. If Icicles all of a sudden get really popular, just looking at Icicle Staff right now, 439k. So if the wood and the bars cost less than what, like 220k, 230k, there's potentially profit to be made there. And this is it. You can flip artifacts as long as you know crafters, people who are willing to use focus on it. You can flip artifacts right now and make a huge amount of money. Going back to what we've got so far though. So we've got the Runed Rock, 4k. So this can go into 12 to 13. So I always do it for 13. I hope that my luck's going to be decent. T4 runes. It's going to be like 5k. For 900 silver, I don't care about it enough. Just going to sell it for cheap. Moving on, then we have the Imbued Souls. Again, actually, I lose a lot of money by that. That's only 3 or 4k. I'm actually going to put that for 4.250. If it sells, it sells. I'm not particularly fussed about it. Moving in, then every other one except that one isn't bad. Now T6. So T6, 13 runes. How much does that work up to? That works up to like 9k. That's going to be 7k, so I lose 2k on that one. Nothing major, but still, you're losing 2. Well, I actually lost a lot more, but obviously I'm gaining 7k back to that. So yeah, at the moment I've got 6 artifacts that should make quite a bit of money. The Hellion Hood is, what, like 550k before I even craft it. If I craft it, if I invest a bit of money into it, an 8.2 is already 850k. 8.3, you're talking 1.8 mil. So an 6.2 is 850k. Let's go and see how much 6.2 leather is. So 550k plus 8 leather, which is going to be 176k, makes that roughly a 600 and what 720k cost to craft. If I take the price of the artifact for what it's selling at now, as well as the leather. So I could go and buy one of them artifacts for 550k or even 600k, buy that leather, and go and put one on the auction house and still put up for 800k and make profit. Artifact flipping. You've got to know which artifacts are popular, which artifacts sell, but if you get it right, you can make so much money on this. Souls are a risky business. You saw us get 2 Fiend Robes. Let's actually have a look at the Fiend Robes right now. 299k. So actually, let's have a look, shall we? How much the souls cost us for T4. 7k each. Let's see if we can find one. We can work off of that one. 16, like 100 and... Okay, so I still made money on the T4 Fiend robe. Let's see about the T5 one. It works out to like a 50k profit. It's a little bit of luck there. Actually, the T5 one seems to be making quite a bit of money, 377k. Let's actually have a look to see how much they're selling for right now. Starting at 399k, I imagine the 4.3s, 511k. Let's actually have a look at how much the resources are. And again, if you enjoy this sort of thing, or if you get used to this sort of thing, I actually learned this in WoW. You're going to make money fast. So that was what, like 131k for the 16 cloth. Always account in focus because you're going to want to find crafters with focus. So that's like 299k. Yeah, I can make some money on that. So 299k plus the 131k that I would make. As well as the focus, so I get 8 back. So I'm only actually paying half that. I've made some money in that one. The T5 one, let's actually work that one out. Fiend Robe. Fiend Robe starting at what, 399k, 5.2, 550k, 5.3 starting at 1.75. That will never sell, be realistic. Let's have a look how much 5.3 costs and 5.2 cloth costs. So 16, 216k plus the 377k that it's selling for at the moment. That's like 550k. How much is 0.3? I imagine it's quite expensive. Yeah, 600 or 650k. So I'm going to make that a 5.2, that a 4.3, and I've made money on both of them then. The Stalker Hood, I imagine I'll probably just sell the artifact. How much is Stalker Hood selling for right now? So, I mean, 8 cured leather, but the artifact itself is only selling for like 4k. You can probably put a buy order for 4 or 5k and you'll get one in a couple of days. And then 37k for a... How much is 5/1 leather? So 21k, 25k, and you flip that into 37k. Doesn't sound much, but you can flip artifacts, and once you start being able to craft your own things, or you have reliable crafters that can craft other things, like I can craft cloth up to T8, T7 cowls, T6 robes. That means that anything like these Fiend robes I get, I can use my own focus at my own leisure. The cowl I can make. Let's actually have a look at the cowl as well. So the cowl is, how much is it normally? It's going to sell for 89k best match, 115k lowest price. T5 cowls. Starts off at 135k, so that's probably not worth it. I'd be better selling the artifact at 115. Moving into point 2, 194k, starting to make a little bit more money. Then 570k, probably not worth it in fairness. Let's actually have a look how much the resources are. I believe we just had a look at this, didn't we? 399k, so that's going to be 500k. 500k once I sell the cloth bags. Actually, that all of a sudden I could make money on that as well. So, this venture, the Hellion Hood in itself will make me the money back pretty much that I've already spent for the souls and the runes. Like that in itself, all of this is profit. I got quite lucky. I didn't get one bad hell artifact. I got Hellion Hood, which is obviously really good right now. Don't just waste all your money buying souls. It's not a good idea at times. However, stick all your souls to one side. If you're not going to use them for anything else, use them on gambling. You might get lucky and make bank, like that Hellion Hood. That Hellion Hood in itself, I could sell that for 500k right now. Already made money. Other than that, if you get artifacts, don't just sell the artifact. Try and make it into something. Potentially it will sell worse or better. Let's actually go and have a look at the black market auction house right now for these artifacts that we've currently got in our inventory. See if we could craft that into anything that would be profitable for cheap. And this is it. You just try to make the most amount of money out of what you've got. And this is basically how I'm sustaining my money, based around buying sets. So I buy sets all the time, and I'm using this to keep my money up. So leather helmets, 6.1, 353k. So there's nothing really here that's going to make me any money on the Hellion Hood. Druid cowl. 5.1, 5 flat, sorry, 106k. So this side black market is not particularly good right now, but again, I can flip all of these and I will make more money than I originally had. Probably close to sort of 2 to 3 mil. But yeah, so guys, it's been a bit of a weird video. I've been talking for like 17 minutes, didn't even know it. Hope you've enjoyed this type of video. It's a little bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed, just a little bit more talking. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, thank you for watching. Give it a like. Tell me you enjoyed it. Comment in the comments below. Tell me the best thing that you've managed to gamble, if you've gambled at all, and how much money you've made from potentially rolling like 300k worth of souls into whatever money you've managed to flip that into. So, guys, thank you for watching and catch you later. Goodbye.